In this module, we'll discuss the proper method for preparing and shipping suspensions, cross members, steering rack and pinions, drive shafts, and CV axles.
First, inspection and cleaning. Ensure the stock number matches the work order. Confirm the interchange description on the work order matches the part. Confirm work order comments match or special instructions have been completed. Make sure all assemblies are complete.
Rear suspension assemblies should include strut, coil spring, strut mounts, spindle, hub and bearing assembly, and control arm. Complete independent rear assemblies should include right and left rear suspension assemblies, and the cross member if applicable. Steering column should include all levers and switches, key cylinder, and the column to the first disconnect at the steering gear. Inspect all units for abnormalities, rust, and wear and tear.
Check the steering gear rack for the following: splines are intact, seals are intact with no leakage, make sure there are no unusual bends in the arms, housing, mounts, and plugs are all intact, CV joints rotate freely. Check the cross member for the following: no irregular bends or gouges, no cut arms or bolts remaining. Check the suspension to make sure ball joints, hubs, and other joints move properly. Check the drive shaft and axles to make sure all joints and protective boots are intact and move properly and that there are no leaking fluids. Any rust that is determined to be acceptable by salesperson should be treated with a wire brush. Pressure wash the entire unit to remove any oil or grease. Complete a final check for cracks or breaks in the ball joint and boot that might have gone unnoticed prior to cleaning. If painting the unit, ensure it's completely descaled prior to spraying. Ensure it's dry prior to spraying. Use low gloss black paint only. Reapply stock numbers immediately after drying is complete.
Tagging and identification. Ensure the correct stock number is visible on the unit. Shipping. For knees and complete assemblies, use one of the following standard pallets: 24 by 32, 26 by 40, or 30 by 20. Use no fewer than 2 banding straps to secure the unit. For steering gear racks, housing should be protected and wrapped with packing material. Joints and boots should be protected with packing material. Smaller racks may be boxed. When it comes to hubs, arms, and individual suspension parts, if the part is small, it is not required to be palletized. When shipping to North America, it should be wrapped and boxed.
When shipping any jointed or two-piece axle or drive shaft, you must attach the unit to a cut length 2x4 or similar piece of wood to prevent shipping damage.
Okay, Emily, this suspension is fully prepped and ready to be shipped. Is there anything else we should be thinking about?
I would say make sure your bushings are good and intact. Make sure your spindle is going to spin freely. Also make sure you got it properly banded, at least 2 bands. If you're not using metal, use something high strength, good quality, so it's not going to move around, get damaged. Also make sure your pallet size is correct, not only for your part not to be hanging off to get damaged, but make sure it's not oversized, so it's not going to take up too much room on the transportation network, and make sure your pallet is good quality as well, not going to fall apart, and make it all there in one piece.
Great points. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.